So welcome to Freedom Movement. This is the meeting number 2, and this is our weekly show. We are going to co-create this Freedom Movement together, and that is the promise because I don't have any structure or agenda for this show. As the name suggests, we want to experience that spirit of freedom. Okay, so if you have any questions which are relevant to today's topic, please ask those questions. They will be taken up first. If the relevant topics is there and the questions are there, we will continue. Otherwise, it will go into the freewheeling mode and you can ask any question that time at the end if the time permits. Okay, so right now today's topic we decided as per the request from the members. Many members last time they missed and I asked them. I talked to at least 25 members. Okay, and I interviewed them. The whole idea is to understand in freedom movement program what is it that people want, and there are quite a few topics all of you have recommended. I have selected one topic out of that, and is freedom from emotional baggage. So that is the topic for the day, freedom from the emotional baggage. You see, because of this challenging situation that we are all passing through on the planet, almost all of us, anywhere in the world, and the reason is that there is a lot of fear everywhere, and emotions are disturbed. Plus, a lot of negativity is there in the environment, fear is there, and uncertainty is there, financial uncertainty is there, lots of issues are there. And along with that, if we have our past emotional baggage, then the journey becomes difficult. All of us, we understand that if we want to make our journey smooth, then the burden that you carry on your back should be minimum. If there is no burden, that's great. You will enjoy the journey better. But if at all you are carrying your backpack, it should be with the minimum weight. So unwanted emotions and all should be dropped. Okay. So first of all, let's understand what are the unwanted emotions. You see, somebody is feeling fearful unnecessarily. Every time you switch on the TV and there are news, and you listen to the news and you experience a lot of fear in your mind. Now, this kind of fear is not going to help you anyway. On the contrary, when you experience fear or fear-based emotions, there are chemical reactions in our body, and those are not happy reactions. Okay, they create a lot of acid in our body and they damage our body. So first point, let's understand that all the negative emotions, they damage our body. That's why it's so very important to drop the baggage. You see, for example, somebody is experiencing hatred or jealousy for somebody, then that hatred or jealousy is going to secrete some kind of acid in your body, and you may develop some kind of a trouble, some kind of a disease in the body. So all the emotions have the roots, the crystals, emotional crystals, they concentrate into certain part of the body. Let us make this point clear, how the emotions crystallize in the body. You see, those people who are extremely fearful, the fear reflects in two places in the body. Of course, it reflects in the mind, but apart from that, in the body, it reflects at two places. See, normally when we have the fear, the first thing is your knees start movement. The power of the knees goes away because the fear gets crystallized in the knees. So the kneecap replacement surgery will be necessary for those people who are continuously entertaining fear or experiencing fear unknowingly, unconsciously, and they are damaging their knee. Okay. The second place where the fear reflects is in the stomach. You see, many times if you are extremely fearful, you will have stomach upset. Fear reduces your digestive fires, so it upsets your digestion also, and it reflects on Manipur chakra, that is your navel, and that is why in Kriya Yoga we do the first Kriya is the Nabhi Kriya. Nabhi Kriya is deep breathing, the navel with the right kind of a navel movement. So when you inhale, your navel goes out, you press the navel and exhale fully. That process is called Nabhi Kriya, and Nabhi Kriya for sure removes the fear instantly. Okay, I told you that in this program, Freedom Movement, I'll be sharing almost 200 different kriyas with you, all new kriyas, some old kriyas as well. Lots of knowledge has come from Mahavatar Babaji, and in a very freewheeling manner, I'll be sharing lots of new kriyas in this program. So don't miss any of the episode because this is a continuous program. This is our weekly show, and we will be meeting every week in this show. My request is invite all your friends, your relatives, anybody who is having any trouble or you want to help somebody. This is open program, and there is no limit to how many people we can include because this is going live on YouTube, and infinite number of people can connect to this show and be benefited. So, my dear friends, let me tell you a little interesting thing about fear and Nabi, and we'll come back to the how to drop the emotional baggage. You see, the fear gets concentrated around the navel button. That's why Nabi Kriya is so important. And if you understand the local language in Marathi, Nabi is Biyunakos. Okay, Nabi. Don't be afraid. Don't be fearful. That's the meaning of it. So the fear is rooted, is concentrated, crystallized at the navel and the knees. And if we do the Nabi Kriya, we can actually remove the fear from getting crystallized. And there is one exercise for the knees. You put your hands on the knees and you rotate, you move your knees, which we normally do as a morning loosening the joints exercise. Okay, so if you do the loosening the joints exercise 5 rounds clockwise, 5 rounds anti-clockwise, you just put your just bend down while standing position, just bend down, put your hands on the knees and move clockwise 5 times, anti-clockwise 5 times. These are the exercises which we normally do for loosening the joints, and that will be really removing the crystals of fear from your knees and make them free. So on the daily basis, if somebody is doing the loosening the joints exercise and Nabi Kriya for 2 minutes, for sure we can easily come out of this toxic emotion called fear, because there is a very heavy cloud of fear around the globe, and most of us, we are getting sucked into that. If we continue to do this Kriya, it will be a really great help. Now let's go a little more deeper into the subject of emotional baggage. See, right now because of the corona, the fear is there, so we got a practical solution in the form of loosening the joints and in the form of Nabi Kriya. Okay, let's do Nabi Kriya for a while and then we progress further. Okay, so what you have to do is center of the left palm, exactly this point. Okay, you put it on the navel, on your navel button, and then palm over palm like that. Okay, when you put palm over palm, and you will be able to press your navel better, palm over palm. So what you do is now inhale with me, your tummy goes out, press the tummy, press the navel, and exhale fully. Press it fully, exhale fully. Okay, so all the carbon dioxide goes out. Once again, inhale, press the navel, exhale. Inhale, press the navel, exhale. If we do 3-second inhalation, 2-second exhalation, and we do it 24 times, that becomes a Nabi Kriya. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. All right. So what we have done is we have taken 24 deep breaths, 3:2 ratio, 3-second inhalation, 2-second exhalation with the proper navel movement and complete exhalation. So when your exhalations are complete, the carbon dioxide goes out, and if you are feeling some kind of a tingling or the freshness, you have done your Napi Kriya right, because with the Napi Kriya the fear goes away and you feel freshness, you feel more enthusiastic. Okay, so anytime you are feeling low, what is the exercise that you should do? Okay, now I'll be giving you lots of practical application, because I get hundreds of questions from all over the world. Answering individually is sometimes possible, sometimes not possible, but through this show of freedom movement, I'll be answering all the questions. See, lots of youngsters in our group, and even otherwise, many of our friends have lost job. Just 2 days back, I was reading the report in India. The latest figure says that 20.3 crore people have lost their job or business because of the COVID-19 crisis right now. That's a huge number, 130 crore plus population. More than 20 crores are not having the job or the earnings right now. Many small vendors, small business people have lost their job, their earning, their business, and that's a cause of concern. So there's a lot of uncertainty, financial uncertainties, and there's a lot of fear associated with that. Now the questions are, what should I do when I am going for the big business, clicking the deal, or going for the interview? Okay, I told you one of the person was struggling to get the job for 6 months. He could not get because he was doing Anulam Vilom, which is the alternate nostril breathing. Listen very, very carefully. All of you who are listening to me live on Zoom or listening to the show on the YouTube, please listen carefully. When you do Anulom Vilom Pranayam, that is alternate nostril breathing, it will open your Sushumna Nadi by balancing the Chandra Nadi and Surya Nadi. The lunar nostril and the solar nostril both will be balanced, and it will open up the Shiva channel, the Sushumna channel, the middle channel. Now, according to Swara Yoga, the middle channel is useful only for meditation and yoga abhyas and nothing else, nothing else. So, no worldly matter will be fruitful in the middle channel, the Sushumna channel. So, anybody who is doing Anulom Vilom Pranayam, alternate nostril breathing before the interview is in a way, is like shooting on his own feet, because he's not likely to be selected. And one of the young, very interesting, intelligent man was struggling for the job 6 full months, because he was all the time doing Anulam Vilam before the interview and he was not getting the job. Please do not do Anulam Vilam Pranayam before the interview or before meeting the customer for the business. it is not going to fructify whatever you do. This is told by Lord Shiva in Shiva Surya Shastra. It is only for meditation and yoga abhyas. So the next intelligent question is what one should do so that you get selected in the interview or you click the deal for your business and you become successful in the material world. Well, do Nabhikriya. You know what happens when you do Nabhikriya? You get poise in your personality. You will get enthusiasm. You will get high energy. You will come out of fear. And in that enthusiastic, powerful mode, full of energy, if you appear for the interview and if you meet your customer for the business deal, you are more likely to be successful. So never ever do Anulam Vilom Pranayam, alternate nostril breathing before the interview or meeting your important customers. Always do Nabhi Kriya for removing the fear. Many public speakers or our young trainers who are learning to go online, talk in front of the people, if you are becoming nervous, if you are having any kind of fear of public speaking, then the best thing that you can do is do Nabhikriya, and you will feel very poised, very powerful, and you can do your job better with the Nabhikriya. All right. So this is a very powerful practical tip for the day. Now let's progress on the subject of emotional baggage and how to drop the emotional baggage. You see, one of the lowest frequency emotion is grief. And in India right now, in our circle also, lots of our friends, they lost their near and dear ones, relatives. I have myself lost quite a few friends in this pandemic, and we are all human beings and we do experience grief. Grief is one of the lowest vibrational emotions, along with guilt and shame. So, guilt, shame, grief, these are all low vibrational emotions, and because they are the low vibrational emotions, they pull us down to the lowest. And sometimes coming out of these emotions become difficult. So, you need somebody to pull up your hand and pull you out. Now, suppose if you don't have that kind of a friend or a mentor or a guru, then how do you come out of these lower emotions on your own? Because in India we have lots of people, we have groups, and we do lots of activities in the group. But many of our friends who are there abroad and who don't meet more people because of Corona, many people are not going out. Still, lockdown is there at many places in the world, and you are not able to go out and meet people or get help. Then you can get online help. That is the number one solution. Number two is learn these things and do on your own. All right. So, to come out of grief, guilt, and shame, they are the three most devastating emotions for the human beings, and really difficult to come out at times. I'm sure those of you who have experienced will vouch for it. Yes, it is difficult to come out. So one of the things you can do is first do the Nabhikriya, okay, and immediately follow it up with the Kapalbhati pranayam. Kapalbhati pranayam is like this. What does it do? Kapalbhati, it immediately clears up your thoughts in the frontal lobe, and the thoughts go out through your nose. So you can literally throw away your unwanted emotions and thoughts through your nose, and your mind becomes clear. If you do one round of Nabhikriya, follow it up with the Kapalbhati. Then do second round of Nabhikriya, follow it up with Kapalbhati, maybe 20 to 30 times, 20 to 30 strokes, and do the third round, and you'll see within 5 to 10 minutes time, you can relax for a minute or two in between, maximum 10 minutes. Okay, I have tried it out with the people who are suffering. Maximum 10 minutes time you are out from your DID frequencies. What is DID? Down in dumps. So grief, guilt, and shame. These are the lowest vibrational frequencies, and you can immediately come out of these frequencies on your own by repeating Nabhikriya and Kapalbhati alternately. Do it 3 rounds. Start always with Nabhikriya, end it with the Kapalbhati. Again Nabhikriya, Kapalbhati, Nabhikriya, Kapalbhati. You can relax for a minute or so in between. 3 rounds normally will help you to come out of these DID frequencies. All right. So as we move up the scale of consciousness, I have posted on the group the scale of consciousness, which was created by Dr. David Hawkins, and it is available in his book Power versus Force. A very good book, and it is recommended as a textbook for all the Om Prem Sangha members because Dr. David Hawkins' research on the scale of consciousness is amazing. That gentleman put his almost entire life. He left his body around 2012. He was in USA. But let me tell you, one of the most enlightened scientists of the modern world, uh, someone like Dr. Masaru Emoto from Japan, he did research on liquid crystals parallelly. At the same time, Dr. David Hawkins was doing research on the scale of consciousness. And both these scientists have really contributed in a very big way to the human consciousness on the planet Earth in the recent times. Okay. So I was highly inspired by both these scientists, and Dr. Masaru Emoto, I was personally in touch with him before he left his body. And but Dr. David Hawkins, when I called up his place, his office. Some of his senior disciples, they came and met me in US, but he had left his body already by 2012. But his book Power versus Force is amazing. So you will understand how he has scaled all these emotions in a very proper manner, very scientific manner, and it is now most reputed among the scientific community as well. And lots of trainers, coaches, and the scientists are quoting about it right now. Like liquid crystals, Dr. Masaru Emoto proved how the water actually get the messages by our words, symbols, letters, music, and how the liquid crystal changes. It's a physical proof that water does receive the message. So both this research are fantastic research and highly recommended as we are talking about the emotions, because emotions are experienced at Swadhisthana chakra and water is the element. That's why Dr. Masaru Emoto's research is also extremely important, along with Dr. David Hawkins' research given in Power versus Force book. So these lower emotions, they tie you down. You feel very low. You are vibrating at a very low frequency. And when you are vibrating at a low frequency, you don't feel like doing anything. Okay, you are overwhelmed by these emotions, and you become introvert. You don't want to call up somebody. You don't want to go out. You don't want to take help also, and you may get stuck into this lower frequency. There is no need to get stuck. Just do the Navi Kriya, Naval Kriya, and follow it up with Kapalbhati. Now, as you go up, around 200 is the courage. Okay. So slowly you do the Navikriya and you will raise your frequency from 50 to 100 to 150 to 200. And if you come to 200, you will feel, kind of a courage developing in you. You start feeling positive, and you want to come out of your troubles on your own. That frequency, there is a frequency of courage. Once a counselee comes to the level of the frequency of courage, it becomes very easy for a person to come out of the negative emotions, and you can drop your baggage of the negative emotions. So can human frequency be measured? Devashish Ganguly, yes, for sure, 100%. That's exactly what is the book all about. You read this book, Power versus Force by Dr. David Hawkins. For 40 years, he was preparing and working on this, and he was measuring the frequency. These frequencies are now standard, and many scientists have proven that thing. Okay, there is a process, and I'm not going to go into the process, quite a technical process, but anybody who is interested in engineering aspect, measurement aspect, scientific aspect, please read the book. That's why I told you it's a textbook for all the on-prem Sangha members. You must read to understand how it is done. It's not that easy. It's quite a complex thing. You have to read to a few times. You will understand. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about it because it may be boring. Science may be boring for many students. I'll come to the chat little later. Let me tell you something very important right now. So, how to come out of the negative emotion? How to drop your baggage, my dear friends? We are talking about the freedom. You cannot experience freedom when you are carrying heavy burden as a responsibility. So many emotions you are carrying from the past, and you want to experience freedom. How is it possible? It's not possible. To experience freedom, you have to drop the baggage. So, how do you drop the baggage? First, do Navikriya, do Kapalbhati. You will come to 200 frequency. Okay, that is where the courage pops up in you, and then you feel like doing something. That is where you must do 25 healing breath kriya. Many of you have learned in Kriya Yoga level 1. If you take 25 breaths with Ujjayi Pranayama, now this is where actually relaxation happens and the frequency rises up, because when you are so much stressed out, when you are so much overwhelmed, you are disoriented, you become unfocused. Okay, so if you want to bring back the focus, if you want to come out of your overwhelm, you want to drop your emotional baggage, then the first thing that you need to do is manage your stress well. And one of the simplest kriya for managing your stress is Ujjayi Pranayam. Ujjayi Pranayam is while exhalation, you make a small friction sound in your voice box like the snoring sound, and that is absolutely proven to relax your body mind. Okay, so if you do that from 200 hertz, you can easily go to 250 or 300 hertz, and you will actually experience in your body that your frequency is rising. Okay, so let us do a small experiment right now. I invite all of you to do Ujjayi Pranayam with me. Okay, just inhale deeply, 3 seconds. 2 seconds. You don't have to elongate much. 3 second inhalation, 2 second exhalation, and you have to stop at 2 seconds, and the sound should stop. Okay, so we will do 12 times. I will count 12 times. Let us do it together. Experience it. What happens? Let's see what are your stress levels right now. Become aware of your stress levels. Just a 1 minute exercise. What happened to your stress levels? You will understand subjectively. Get ready. Start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. This is called Chin Mudra. You keep your palms open to sky. Put your Put it in your lap, on your thighs, close your eyes, relax for a while. Experience what happened to your stress. You just took 12 breaths with me with Ujjayi Pranayam. Understand what happened to you. In the meanwhile, I'll see the chat box and answer all your questions. All right, one of the simplest thing that you can do is rub your palms together and warm up by rubbing your palms and give this healing energy to your eyes. The pyramid of the palm, put it exactly on the eyes and absorb this healing energy through your eyes to your being. Take a deep breath. Very lovingly touch all over your face and slowly open your eyes. This small routine, we call it as a stress management routine. Anytime you are in front of computer, in front of screen for a long hours and you are feeling stressed out, you can do this small process and your stress levels will go down. You'll feel much better, poised and happy. All right, so now a few questions have come. Let me answer to all the questions. Okay, so from the YouTube, Guruji, I have seen that women have more emotional issues. Is that so? I also face that. How can women come out of it? Is it different for men? All right. Uh, First of all, uh, how masculine you are or how feminine you are. This is your temperament, this is your characteristics. You see, gender-based difference is one aspect, and the psychology of the person is the another aspect. 60% of the women are feminine, but let me tell you, 40% of the female are masculine. Okay, 60% of the men are masculine, but 40% of the men are feminine. So, who experiences the emotions? The feminine personality experiences more emotional disturbances or emotional turbulences. So it's not a gender based, I will say it's a characteristic based. More feminine people experience more emotional disturbances and turbulences because it is related to Swadhisthana chakra, it is related to water element. So all the kriyas that we do for Swadhisthana will definitely help us to gain control over our emotions. uh, Even masculine people experience emotion. There's little different, that's all. I think the whole of the humanity emotional issues are the same, emotions are different. You see, for example, a feminine person expressing emotions may start crying. It's quite normal and natural for a feminine person to express the emotions while crying. Same thing for the masculine person, expressing the emotion is anger. You see? Now tell me, anger is also emotion. Okay. Feeling disturbed, suffocated, choked up, crying is also the emotion. Both are the emotion. So as far as the emotional disturbances are concerned, I don't think there is any major difference between the men and the women. But yes, the types of emotions are different. So many men feel angry or irritated at times. Well, that's also emotional tantrum, is it not? So, how the emotions are expressed, that is different. All human beings for sure are experiencing emotions. And I'll go a little more deeper as we progress further. How to drop, how to come out. There has to be a solid, down to earth practical methodology. That's what all of us we want. We don't want too much of philosophical talks. Okay, we don't want hi-fi theories and all. We want simple, down to earth practical solutions which everybody can do. And that's what all these kriyas are. I already told you few kriyas. I'll give you few more. There's one more question. When we go into spirituality, we begin to understand, feel that there is nothing good or bad. That makes us emotionless, insensitive in these occasions. How can that be converted to compassionate love? Yes, a very nice question. Let me elaborate a little bit on that. See, many male members or masculine personality, male members, sorry, wrong. Many masculine personality, because it's not a gender based, it's more of a characteristic based, personality based. You see, one of the thing is not to get disturbed by the emotion is by becoming thick-skinned, insensitive, and many people get into that mode. If you are non-sensitive person, if you are a thick-skinned person, you don't experience emotion, you don't get troubled by the emotion, you can be a happy person. But that is a little lower on the frequency. We don't want that. Human beings should be sensitive to the emotions, but not get affected by the emotions. So we need to learn to convert our negative emotions, which are fear-based emotions, into positive emotions, which are love-based emotions. Dr. Meghna Rawalthali is asking, how can we convert anger, fear into frequency of love? Exactly the point. You see, we are so tuned. I just told you, and the question popped up on the chat box. That's exactly what we are discussing right now. How do we convert our negative emotions, which we call it as a fear-based emotions, into positive emotions, what we call as love-based emotions? So how do we do that? That's exactly what we do to drop the baggage. That is the secret. That is the secret of dropping the baggage. And that's why there are quite a few exercises we are going to do right now. I'm going to demonstrate. We are going to do it together. Right now, you will drop your emotional baggage and we become better human being. Priyanka Kulkarni asking, how do we measure our own frequency precisely? Priyanka, read the book Power versus Force by Dr. David Hopkins. It's quite a technical process. You will have to read 10 times to understand how to do that. All right. So I will not get into that right now. But I want to tell you and to do the process, right? What is the most important aspect of freedom movement is 200 plus processes I'll be teaching you live. That is the most important aspect of this freedom movement, because right now you are overwhelmed by emotions, you are caught up into the emotions, you are feeling choked up, you are feeling suffocated, you are feeling introverted, you are feeling unfocused. That's the reality of life, my dear friend, for thousands of people right now. We want down to our simple solutions. How do we come out of this choke up? How do we come out of the overwhelm? How do we come out of this introvertedness, which is not the real nature? You want to go out, meet people and all, but because of the emotional choke up, you become introverted, you feel suffocated, and that's a real human issue right now. Okay, so in the freedom movement program, I'm going to address straight headlong to the human issues, because these are the most important aspects. These are the most useful things, my dear friends. Okay, so we are not going to discuss the philosophy. This program, freedom movement, is for down to earth practical solutions. Okay, so how do we come out of negative emotions? Okay, I'm going to demonstrate in next 5 minutes. I will promise that you will all drop the emotional baggage and come out with flying colors. Right now, let's do the magic. Listen very carefully. I'm going to take you through the process, and please cooperate. Do it with me. If you are seeing on the YouTube, please do it with me. If you are there in front of me right now, let me see. Uh, how many of you are there with me on Zoom? Right now, 50 participants are there on the Zoom. So I will be conducting the process and I can see you doing it with me, and people who are watching it live on the YouTube, uh, I will not be able to see you, but I'll answer your questions. If you put it into the chat box, I'll answer all the questions from the YouTube live as well. All right, listen carefully. Seriousness is the disease. Full stop. Okay, that's a statement I made. Brahma, can you put it into the chat box? I want it to be recorded. Seriousness is a disease. Now, you see what happens is all the fear-based emotions, they make you serious. I have a very simple 1-minute exercise which will make you a balanced and evolved human being. You know what is a balanced human being? Balanced human being is one who is balanced from inside as well as outside. So inwardly you are happy, outwardly you are also happy. Your communication channels are very, very open. You are not suffocated, you are not choked up. You are very happy when you are with yourself, with your eyes closed. In your meditation, you are very happy. When your eyes are open, you relate to the world, you talk to the people, you are very, very happy. That is what is called by the balanced person. Inside outside balance. You are happy inside when alone, you are happy outside with people, absolutely no issue. Free flowing communication, free flowing emotions, you don't get choked up. Your energy is in the freedom. That's exactly what is freedom from emotions. Okay, seriousness is the disease of humanity. And let me tell you, the more spiritual you try to become, in the wrong type of spirituality, more serious you become. I said wrong type of spirituality, I didn't say spirituality. If you are into the right type of spirituality, real spirituality, if you are with the real spiritual master, you will come out of this disease of humanity called seriousness. Okay, there are two factors that differentiate human beings from the animal kingdom. Human kingdom is different, animal kingdom is different. Let me tell you, animals eat and drink, human beings also eat and drink. Animals procreate, human beings also procreate. Animals sleep, human beings also sleep. As far as most of the parameters are concerned, there is no difference between the animal kingdom and the human kingdom. And in doing so, I'm not criticizing the animal kingdom. I love animals. I'm animal. There's no criticism, but it's a fact of life. Then, what is the real difference between the animal and the human, and how do we become better human beings? Only two differences are there, my dear friends. Number one difference is humor, laughter. Animals don't crack jokes and laugh. Human beings have the freedom to crack jokes and laugh. Human beings have the freedom to laugh without cracking the jokes, without any reason. Okay. Both way, we are into the freedom movement. We have freedom to laugh without any reason. If you understand this, and if you exercise your choice that you have freedom to laugh without any reason, you become better human being. Immediately you move out from the animal kingdom, you enter the human kingdom, my dear friends. Okay, so I'm going to see you live after a minute or so, and the whole world will see you live. Okay, so I'm sure you are going to do the exercise with me. And number two factor is no animal can ever have the awareness of awareness. Only human beings can have the awareness of awareness. Okay, so the moment you develop this kind of awareness, you are firmly rooted into the human kingdom. Not only that, you are an evolved human kingdom, because very few people, very few people, less than 0.00001% on the planet Earth, people are aware of awareness. Okay, that is what our awareness development program is all about. 21 levels of awareness we can develop as a human being, and that makes you a perfected Jivan Mukta, living life in freedom, liberated human being. And that's exactly the point why we are doing this freedom movement. Okay, but before we go to the very high levels of freedom, first let us come out of this disease called seriousness. Okay, and laughter is a very good exercise. Belly laughter, laugh as if nobody is watching you. Okay, and laugh it for 60 seconds. I'm going to give you exactly 60 seconds. We are going to laugh together and come out of this seriousness. And it's a choice. We are exercising the choice. We have the freedom. See, we are all into the freedom movement. We have the freedom to laugh for 60 seconds without any reason. We don't need a reason. Okay. Number two, listen very carefully. The number two is more important. Number two is laugh with awareness, my dear friend. Instantly, you will drop the baggage of your emotions, raise your frequency beyond your imagination. You see, laughter is one thing. Laughter with awareness is the quality of the Buddhas. From animal to human, human to Buddha, you will move 700 plus frequency. You see, we were few minutes back, we were talking about 50 hertz, 100 hertz DID frequency, down in dumps. Now we are talking of 500 plus, 700 plus. 500 plus is called love and above frequency. 700 plus is called enlightenment and above frequency. In 1 minute time, you can shift your frequency from below 100 to above 700. Amazing. It's a miracle, right? We are going to practice this miracle right now. All right. Let me see all of you. Please put your videos on, those who are on the Zoom. I can see all of you. Very nice. I see Yogesh Patel. I love him. So we are going to have a lot of energy. You heard the Masti bhajan from Yogesh Patel last time when I was cut off. All right. So you see the watch, and I'm going to give you only 60 seconds. Okay, nothing more. You have to stop at 60 seconds. All right, 60 seconds only. That's 1 minute. You are going to laugh with me without any reason. All of you ready? Okay, and the whole world is watching you on the YouTube. Okay, right now, all of you who are on the Zoom, I put it in a way that you are seen on the YouTube by everybody, and you keep your microphone muted, otherwise there will be too much of noise, but your faces will be seen as if you are laughing. All right, so your time starts now. Laugh with awareness with me. All right, 60 seconds over. 60 seconds only, and you had a jump of 600 plus hertz frequency, 100 hertz to 700 hertz plus. If you're fully alert, fully aware while laughing, you are nothing less than a Buddha, my dear friends. You have crossed the human kingdom. You have entered the superhuman, the Buddhahood. Laughter with awareness is an extraordinary thing. When you come down in the frequency from 700 below, as you are settling from that bubbling energy, and look into my eyes, how to settle yourself in love. Okay, Dr. Meghna, last time we did this exercise. I would like to repeat because many people got cut off last time because of the storm. The internet was not working well last time. So My dear friends, I'm going to teach you the biggest secret right now is look into my eyes, all of you who are on the Zoom or those who are watching on the YouTube or even the recordings, look into my eyes. Intuitively breathe with me. This will be a about 2 minutes exercise. We are going to take 24 belly breathing together. Okay, belly breaths together, and you will settle in love. Okay, look into my eyes. We are going to do a noetic experiment. You know what is noetic experiments? We are going to share the consciousness, and the whole world can settle in the love and settle into the love based emotions, positive emotions. You will forget all about your emotional baggage. Look into my eyes and intuitively breathe with me. Experience the presence. All right, this was exactly 24 breaths, 2 minutes. Okay, so my dear friends, you have witnessed, you have experienced the magic of instantly coming out of your low frequency emotions, negative emotions, and going up in the frequency, going slightly down, and settling above 500 hertz in love with the practice of loving attention. Last 2 minute exercise that we did was practicing loving attention. If you settle into this loving attention, you can sustain yourself in love and above frequencies. This is a perfect answer to Dr. Meghna and Mandar. Mandar also previously asked, how do I settle? Yes, Mandar, this is how you settle yourself in love and above frequency. All right, so it is 11:28 and now it is open to question answers. So whatever your questions are there, those who are on the Zoom, please put it into the chat box. And those who are on YouTube, you can put it in your chat box. I'll refer to both and answer your questions. Dr. Meghna says, Guruji, all I could see in your eyes was unconditional love. Yes, that's how exactly you feel. Absolutely right. Practicing loving attention. Yes, this is what is the most wanted, my dear friend. Uh, the core message of freedom movement. Okay, is settling into love and compassion. That is how we grow as human beings. It's called settling into love and compassion. You see, any human being who is settled in love and compassion, his presence is enough. You don't need to talk much, just the presence is enough. If you experience that love, okay, that love is the greatest healing force on the planet Earth. Shiva Balan is asking how do we balance our male and female energies? Okay. Same thing. Practicing loving attention is the way to balance. Okay. The moment you go above 500 hertz, you are a balanced person. Do you know that? So, simple two way technique. Anytime you feel either your male is dominating, you're becoming more aggressive, irritated, angry, your male emotion dominant. Sometimes you're feeling suffocated, you're feeling choked up, you're experiencing hatred, jealousy, grief, feel like crying, feel like being introvert, you're overwhelmed, unfocused. These are feminine emotions. Okay. I said feminine, not necessarily all the women experience. Okay, it's a character base, it's a personality base. Okay, so no gender bias here. It's only the personality base, and even that keeps changing sometimes. Okay. Many male members, they feel choked up, they feel like crying. Let me tell you, it's absolutely good. Absolutely good. I'm telling you, even for a male member to cry it out for a while, you will feel better. There is nothing wrong in crying, my dear friends. Okay. But how do we balance our male energy and female energy? One of the simplest thing I can tell you is repeat this process, what you learned today. First of all, do loosening the joint exercise. Okay, first is remove the fear from your knees. That is the best thing that you can do right now, because more and more fear is getting crystallized into the knees, because there's so much of cloud of fear around the planet earth because of COVID-19. So first loosen up your knees. That's the exercise that you need to do 5 times clockwise, 5 times anti-clockwise, right? Second thing is do nabikriya, 24 breaths, 2 minutes only. After that, 25 to 30 strokes of kapalbhati. Relax for a while, laugh it out for 1 minute without any reason. Okay, and after that, settle into this loving attention. This is the full package I'm giving you today. We have already practiced this entire thing. That is what will balance your male and female energy and settle you in love and above. The freedom movement is all about how do we grow up, how do we go high on how do we grow in the dimension of love and compassion. Okay, that's we have the choice, we have the freedom, we have the freedom to learn and grow and settle in the dimension of love and compassion. That is what makes us human. Okay, we have to go above the men and women and become human, going above the gender bias. You see, that is exactly the core message of Prem Marg freedom movement. Okay, going beyond the gender bias. When I meet people, not men and women. Understand this thing. Okay, when you grow in love and compassion, you grow beyond the gender bias. You connect to the soul of the person, and the soul of the person is not male or female. Understand that. So, my dear friends, life is a wonderful opportunity to learn and grow. All right. Let me see the question. All right. Babani says, I felt loving energy sensation inside the brain. Yes, very good. You got tuned, and that's how exactly you feel. Uh, Aditi Tarafdar says, during laughter exercise, I started crying. Uh, is it normal? Yes, it's absolutely normal. Okay. So whatever is there, chalked up and all, it goes out while laughing. If you cry, please don't stop yourself. Okay, cry it out fully. Allow the tears to roll down. You feel like crying for a little more time. It's perfectly fine. Whatever is suppressed will come out. Okay, and it's good that it comes out, so that your chalk up is go away. It's an energy chalk up. Basically, it will go away. It's good to cry and let the tears roll and empty yourself. That's how you drop your baggage, my dear friends. We are all human beings. There is nothing wrong. It's absolutely normal. Anita says, how many times a day can you do Nabikriya? Just once a day. The best thing is do before breakfast. That is where it gives you the best result. Do it before breakfast once in a day. That's more than enough. If you are a normal person, if you need therapy, then do it before lunch, before dinner also. Devasi says, Guruji, you shared to maintain our space well. Please advise how to take care of the energy suckers. Yes. You see, actually, we can heal the energy suckers, or one better name is energy vampires. There are people who suck your energy. If you don't know, you will feel drained. Okay. But if you know how to handle them, then you can actually help them improve. And that is with love and compassion. So if you do this full package, loosening the knee joints, doing Nabikriya, doing Kapalbhati, and then 1 minute laughter, and 2 to 3 minutes of loving attention practice, if you do, you will settle in love and compassion zone. From that zone, if you look at the energy suckers, they will get the energy, but you will not lose the energy. This is absolutely miraculous. Listen carefully. They will get the energy, but you will not lose the energy. That is the secret, my dear friends. Because you are connected to the source of life. You get infinite energy, so you don't lose energy. And that is the way to help heal energy vampires, energy suckers. We have to have a lot of compassion, even for those who are sucking your energy. All right, that's a genuine, I will say, the benchmark of evolved, compassionate, loving human being. Unconditionally, you help everybody, including energy suckers. Anita Ma says, how do you balance left side of the body? Not left side of the left and right, both. Okay, do alternate nostril breathing, you will balance left and right if the need be. Kanchan says, how do we let go of our past? Why does it keep coming back? Yes, Kanchan, let's elaborate a little bit more, because this question needs a little bit more elaborate. You see, uh, if your energy is stuck in a particular experience, in a particular situation, say for example, somebody shouted at you and insulted you publicly. You took it personally in that moment, and now that particular experience of insult is now stuck in your emotional memory. It is there in your astral body. It can be seen by the clairvoyant person. Okay, so it is stuck, and the moment you connect to that experience, it will again bounce back in you, and you will feel upset. You will feel the same hurt, humiliation, ridicule, insult, whatever you felt that time. You will feel the same energy every now and then as you connect. And the more you connect, more you are energizing that, and that bundle is becoming bigger, and you get caught into that. That is what is called as getting caught into the past experiences. My dear friend, this is a very serious human issue. Okay, out of 100, 99 people will face this issue. One person who may be an enlightened being or so, who are able to come out of the past, they can do that. Otherwise, most of the people are caught into the past, and cutting off with the past is being human. Let me repeat. Cutting off with the past is being human. Otherwise, if you are caught into the past, you are less of a human. You are not a human being. So we need to learn to cut off with the past. Okay. Next time, I will give you certain kriyas, certain processes of how do we cut off with the past completely. My master Dada Gavan used to repeatedly tell me that, and I learned so many different processes that I would like to make a package, a bundle, and give it to you next time, so that we have, we deal with the subject in a very proper manner. As I told you, Freedom Movement is a program for all of us. We co-create it together. See, now your question is creating the program. It's for you, it's for me, it's for all of us, it's for everybody. We are co-creating Freedom Movement together. So such questions are welcome. I'll go into the great detail with lots of practical tools and techniques of how to cut off with the past next time. Okay, that will be the topic for the next time. Tatata Parankar says belly breathing is for 24 count, and Kapalbhati how many times? Kapalbhati, you can see 25 to 30 strokes like this. Now I did 5 times like that, 25 to 30 times, whatever you can manage, that's enough. Okay. Sachin says how to handle cyclic patterns in life. All the patterns are cyclic only. The moment it is a pattern, it is cyclic, which means it's repeating. That's why we call it as a pattern. The pattern means something which is repeating. It is cyclic. So all the patterns are basically cyclic in nature, and each pattern, see the great insight into the patterns is every pattern has its own frequency. Okay, every pattern has its own frequency. So I have posted on your group. I will post it on various groups. Let me show you what do I mean by that. Okay. Now many of you are aware of this thing. This is the scale of consciousness by Dr. David Hawkins, and let me read out. Shame is 20 hertz, guilt is 30 hertz, apathy 50 hertz, grief 75, fear 100. So you can see shame, guilt, apathy, grief, and fear 20 to 100 hertz. These are the DID frequency, the lowest of all. Now, if you get into the lower frequency, that's also pattern, that's cyclic. Many people fall down and it's cyclic, repeatedly going down. The solution, the practical solution to this cyclic pattern coming out is consciously choose to raise your frequency. Now you see, human beings have a choice. Understand this. Fantastic thing. This one insight, if you take it back home today, I think it's worth it. Human beings have a choice, my dear friends. If you choose to come out of your cyclic pattern, you can come out of it. There is a freedom, there is a choice. And how do you do that? By raising your frequency. You will never get down into that. Okay, and even if you get stuck sometimes, you will do the process, come out of it. All the processes which I'm giving are basically coming out from the cyclic nature of the pattern, including your emotional baggage. Okay, which was the subject for the day. Kalpana Karya uh, is about Swarya Yoga. Swarya Yoga, I'll deal in the Swarya Yoga meeting I'm announcing soon, madam. I'll elaborate for sure. Brahm Prakash is asking, while I was gazing into your eyes, your picture almost disappeared and a very tall figure dressed in shining robes was visible. Much energy was felt during this time. This is very normal, Brahm Prakash. You see this energy transfer through gaze is one way to define it. Scientifically, sharing the state of consciousness through mirror neurons is the second way of defining. From the spiritual angle, Shaktipat through eyes is also third way of defining it. It all depends. How do you understand? Fourth way, in the trainer's language, it's called experiencing the presence. It's the fourth way to define. Whatever you understand, the exercise is the same exercise, whichever way you connect. We are connecting to the consciousness, we are connecting to the soul. And when I get into that mode, Many senior ladies also I tell bachi, my child, and it comes out natural. You know why? Because that time I'm connecting to that person's soul. So somebody is a baby soul, somebody is evolved soul, somebody is a enlightened soul, old soul. The different levels of soul depends on how much time you have spent. So when you look into the eyes, and eyes are the door to the divine that is sticking in all of us, we connect. Eyes are the door to divine. Through eyes, we connect to each other at a human level, my dear friends. Let me tell you why I introduced this program called Freedom Movement is because of Corona, we are not able to meet. Now, meeting human beings, having that human touch is the need of an hour. But you see now, physical meeting is not possible. How do we do it? When you look into my eyes, actually we connect soul to soul, Atman to Atman. And when you connect soul to soul, you become boundaryless, my dear friend. That's what I'm into, the boundarylessness in that state. Okay, that is the state from where the Shakti path happens. I'm not bound by my gender, or my physical body, or my frame. I'm boundaryless in that sense. And if you connect to that with the mirror neurons, you also experience boundaryless. Okay, so it's called sharing the enlightenment. Okay, it's called sharing the enlightenment. Instantly, in 2 minutes time, you go 700 plus frequency. Then practicing the loving attention, you settle into love and above frequency. Okay, so what you had, Brahm Prakashi, is a experience of the soul. Okay. uh, Kalpana Karya says, what should be done first, Anulam Vilom or Nadi Shuddhi? No, today I think, madam, you came little late, Dr. Karya. Today I gave a different package. You see, this is a Hatha Yoga style of thing. What I'm giving you is an extraordinary modern knowledge given by Mahavatar Babaji, and I think we need to shift. Pre-corona era, before corona, BC. BC means before corona now in the modern language. Earlier days it was known as before Christ. Okay, now that is too old. Before corona, after corona. BC, AC. So yogic processes also are not eternal, my dear friends. What is more relevant now? Okay. So in the freedom movement, I'm going to give you the most latest scientifically proven kriyas and yogic insights which are useful for the current times. Okay, so okay, Dr. Kalpana Karya, we'll discuss it personally. Your question is little off the bit right now because everybody enjoyed this session, what we did. Vaishali Chavan, how do we get freedom from negativity of our next person who is always near to you? Oh, wow. Okay, I'll give you amazing, okay, down to earth practical answer. I understand the pain of your heart. You are positive, but somebody around you is very negative and looks at you in a very negative manner or gives what is known as the negative strokes. If you are getting negative strokes from someone near and dear who is all the time with you, and that makes the life hell, really. Okay, how do we tackle it? Both the persons have to grow in frequency. So, how do you do that? Both the persons should attend freedom movement together. That's it, very simple. So if you attend this freedom movement together and you do the processes with me, both of you will grow high up into the frequencies and you come out of it. And then nobody gives the negative stroke to each other. Very simple. Hope I answer your question, Vaishali. Vaibhav Nemade is asking, Pranam Guruji, what do you do if you are not getting success after doing everything need to do for success in life in terms of earning? Oh, in terms of earning, sure. We have a financial freedom. I am going to answer in a great detail, one full session, Mr. Nemade, on this. Financial success is the need of an hour. For sure, there is a guaranteed method of financial success because there are quite a few components. If you are missing in few components, then success will not come that easily. So that is one way to handle. You have to learn the techniques of financial success. There's a technology. Okay, Full-fledged, guaranteed technology is there, you can learn. Second thing, if it is karmic, okay, there's something called, because of your bad karma in the past, which means maybe past lives, you are not able to become successful no matter what you do. So I know quite a few people, no marriage in this lifetime possible, not able to marry because of some past life karma. Some people, they keep on suffering in poverty, no matter what they do, they can never become successful. These are called typical karmic issues. Okay, so in freedom movement we are going to have two full sessions, two full, not one, two. Why? Because one will not be enough. In one session we will go deeper into the karmic insights, and in the second session I will actually give you the techniques of how do you come out of your bad karmas of the past lives. Okay, so there are lots of karma chalan kriyas which I'll be sharing with you, and we will do certain processes together so that you can come out of your karmic entanglements as well. So there is a lot more depth, and we will need few more sessions to discuss everything precisely, because we are dealing at a nutball level. I'm not giving you the philosophy, I'm giving you our practical solutions, and it takes time. So keep on attending freedom movement every week, and we will learn at a nutball level, practical level, by actually doing the processes together. Devashish Ganguly asking, with high anticipation, Guruji, look forward next Sunday topic, how to disconnect with the past. Sure. Okay, I'm as excited as you are, Devashish. Next Sunday, we'll be meeting. Neela Gupte on YouTube is asking, the last exercise told by you of love. Please explain again how to do that. Uh, Now we watch the love in your eyes when we are doing on our own. How to do that, Neela Gupte? Neela Gupte, uh, anybody who has experienced love in their life, okay, you know for sure what it is. And let me tell you a breakthrough idea. You have a choice to come back to that state of love, okay, and exercise that choice. It's so simple. Do you know? People who are in love, they feel the grass is very green and the roses become rosier and everything, so bright and nice. That is a feeling of being in love. Now, you see it in my eyes because of one secret. Do you want to know the secret? I think you have touched the right chord, and I'm motivated to share the secrets for the benefit of all. Do we have time? Yes, we have 5 minutes time. So, the last secret of the day. You see, don't tell anybody. This is only for our inner circle. Uh, I am romancing life all the time. I said life, Life. You know what is the meaning of romancing life? You see, how do you have a romance with a opposite sex person? You know all that. Okay, I'm using the language of love. Romancing life means most of the time, because of our thoughts and emotions, which is a divisive mechanism, mind is a divisive mechanism. What we are experiencing is the psychodrama. One of the visual I posted few days back. Are you experiencing psychodrama or are you experiencing life? Yesterday I posted on Facebook. Are you experiencing life from the very source? You see, most of the human beings are not experiencing life. What you are experiencing is your psychodrama. You have created your own reality with your own thought mind. You have added your emotions, and you are living your personal life, which is a personal reality, which is nothing more than psychodrama. And you are caught up whole life into psychodrama. I'm not caught up into that. I'm not party to that. I am romancing life every moment, my dear friend. If you want to learn the secret, learn this secret. Take it back home in today's session. Learn how to romance the life all the time. It's called drinking the waters of life from the very source of it. Do you know how to do that? When you switch off your logical, rational mind, when your self talk is switched off, and if you are fully aware and alert, you stumble upon the Gangotri of life, the very source of life. You start drinking the waters from the very source and you become love. It's not about becoming love, it's about being love. When you are romancing the life at the very source, you are being love. That beingness, okay, what reflects into the eyes of the person. So learn to have romance with life. Drink the waters fresh from the very source of life, and you will get rooted into the state of love and compassion. My dear friend, we all have the freedom to grow in the state of love and compassion. And I welcome you to take up this challenge as a human being and grow in the state of love and compassion. The whole humanity, the whole of humanity needs that. Okay. And we have a fantastic opportunity to take a quantum jump as a humanity, and Corona will become the thing of the past if we learn this lesson. Okay, one lesson, that's it. Dr. Kalpana Karya says, someone in your family very negative towards whatever we do, how to help third party. I already talked about it. Monica Verma says, if we are on the right path, what is the best way that we can help our partner? Bring them on the right path. They don't want to help themselves because they are into that DID frequency. I told you, anybody who is into 100 and below frequency, then you need to give your hand, pull them up. But you see, there is a risk there. Sometimes the person who is in the ditch is heavier, and person who is giving the hand from above is lighter. So what happens? Instead of you pulling him up, that fellow pulls you down. So now instead of one, there are two in the ditch. So that should not happen. You should be strong to pull up somebody. Okay, so first you become stronger and then you help pull up somebody. Okay, Vidya says, this is Varsa. I want to know how not to procrastinate while studying. Very simple. Take a deep breath, pick up the book, start studying. That's it. You don't need to have any rituals for that. Just take a deep breath, take a book, start doing your homework. That's it. Very simple. Okay. Don't worry, Vidya's sister Varsha. Actually, yesterday I worked out the whole video for the students on this topic. Okay. Tomorrow I will shoot the video. It's scheduled for tomorrow. Within 2-3 days, you will get a very wonderful 10 to 15 minutes video, especially for the students who are facing this problem of procrastination or not able to focus, being overwhelmed by the situation. The exams are there or they are not there, you don't even know, and how to study because there's so much of confusion going on right now. So how do we help our students and children? Very beautiful video coming out. Don't worry, I'll going to post it and then you spread in your community, send it to all the students who are facing that issue. All right, so how to cut up with the past is the topic for next Sunday. Hope you are enjoying this freedom movement. This is your program, my dear friends. We have all the freedom to co-create this program together. Keep asking your questions. Our one point contact is Om-Prem Sangha Telegram group. Okay. If you are enjoying this program, if you see value for this program, if I'm able to add some value to your life, I'm giving you some miracle solutions. If you are really enjoying, do me a favor. Minimum 2 people, minimum 2, maximum 100 people, 200 people you can add. There is no upper limit. Introduce people to On-Prem Sangha Telegram group. Put them there because I'm putting this YouTube link there live, and more people can get benefit of this wonderful program. Before I retire or leave this body, I want to give all the wonderful knowledge which I have received from Mahatar Babaji. You see the picture behind? It's all His grace, my dear friend. I want to share all the knowledge and the wonderful solutions which are available, which are the new solutions, okay? Modern solutions, post-corona era. I would love to share the best of the best secrets and very down-to-earth practical solutions with all of you. Please help me to reach out to more people, introduce more and more people to this program, and let's do Let's create heaven on earth together. Okay, we have the freedom, we have the choice, we have the resources to create heaven on earth. All of us, we can do that together. Thank you very much. God bless you. I hope you are enjoying these sessions, and see you next Sunday 10:30 sharp, same channel. Bye for now.